Hello, how are you, everybody? Today we're going to talk about how black money can end up in political campaigns. And and we're going to talk about the entertainment industry and how it is many times used for money or money laundering purposes. We must remember what former Guatemalan Vice President Eduardo Stein and coordinator of the studio center La Red once said. He said, through concerts in which it is difficult to verify audience attendance against concert earnings, concert promoters launder money with little government oversight. He also said that they had determined that a form of money laundering has been operating for years without any scrutiny. And he said that the assassination of Argentinian folk singer Facundo Cabral was linked to this illicit business. Well, what we must first analyze is that, well, we know that the entertainment industry is vulnerable to money laundering. That should be logical. We must understand that what are high risk industries, and the entertainment industry is a high risk industry. Well, the big problem that we have in some sort is that in some countries, Latin American countries like in Mexico, for example, the entertainment industry and the industry of live music concerts is not considered a high risk industry for unexplainable reasons. We'll try to determine why. Well, first let's analyze that the total expected revenue for the live music entertainment industry for the year 2020 was expected of $225 million by PwC, PricewaterhouseCoopers study. It determined that the industry had a total revenue of the live music industry of $225 million in the year 2019. Okay. The problem that we have here is, first of all, that in Mexico, there's a very important link between political parties and the entertainment industry, because political parties are exempt of paying taxes when they organize concerts, musical concerts and theater. So let's try and find here. What we have here is an audit report that was made in 2011 by the Internal Revenue Office of the city of León, Guanajuato. What they discovered was that one of their most important findings in this report is that political parties, which they number here, number 1, 2, 3, 4 political parties, were simulating organizing concerts in order for the real promoters and organizers of concerts to evade taxes, because these organizers paid money to the political parties in order for them to simulate that they were the real organizers when they were not. These promoters and these organizers, the real organizers and promoters, were able to evade taxes. Well, now here we have a problem. The political parties, for example, the number 1 political party here is PAN, reported an income revenue because of organizing concerts of 85 million pesos. Another party here, number 2, reported another 19 million pesos. Number 3 reported 604,000 pesos. Well, the problem we have here is that these political parties, at the end of the day, need to report this income or this revenue to the National Electoral College. of Mexico. And they have a form in order to report this information to the authorities. Now the the Institute National Electoral, or the National Electoral College, receives format EA, which we see over here, from each political party. And in this format, the parties need to report. They need to file a report in which they tell the authorities how much money they made from concerts. And here we go to format EA3, EA2, EA3. And in number 2, you see that the word espectáculos, which means entertainment, says that there are 0 events, and the amount generated by those 0 events was 0. Well, the big problem here is that this is the report filed in 2010. And the audit report from the city of León, Guanajuato, which is just only one city, reports that only one party generated 86 million pesos. But in that party filed to the National Electoral College, well, they just say that the amount that's generated because of entertainment events nationwide is 0. And this same inconsistency can be seen in every single party. In every single party. These are the reports that were filed. There's files from 1998 to 2012. And we're gonna probably find out that in every single one of those reports, political parties filed 0 income from, or 0 revenue from, organizing concerts. But if you visit each internal revenue office, you will have that all political parties filed or declared organizing concerts which were tax exempted. So there's a big inconsistency here. Now, the big problem that can be generated is that not only is this a tax evasion scheme that's nationwide, the real problem, let me see here, the big problem is that, as we see here, the legal oversight, as former Guatemalan Vice President Eduardo Stein said, through concerts in which it is difficult to verify audience attendance against concert earnings, concert promoters launder money. Well, the big problem is that concerts can be a conduit also for financing political campaigns, because every single party can file revenues and report revenues from these activities, which, by the way, this activities is not considered a high-risk industry to money laundering in Mexico by Mexican authorities, by internal revenue offices. Well, the big problem is that if there's little oversight of the earnings from concerts and little oversight of the audience attendance, then you can fake attendees. You can fake that you sold tickets in order for black money to make its way into the political campaign of every single political candidate in Mexico. And that money may come from organized crime, may come from foreign investors, from foreign businessmen, may come from foreign countries interested in influencing politics in Mexico. That I might consider a very high risk problem. But the Mexican authorities don't see it that way. They just say, oh, okay, let's just ignore the problem. Let's just tell the authorities, tell the Electoral College authorities that we have zero income. Let's just tell them that we have zero income, for example, in 2010. Zero income coming from entertainment events. Let's just say we did zero events to the authorities. Here we have number 2. Let's just say we have 0, and then we generated 0 pesos. Oh, that's what we're gonna tell the federal authorities. But what do we say to the state level authorities? We say the truth, that we generated all this money. 85 million, 19 million, 604,000, 65,000, etc. So there's a big inconsistency that the information, you don't know which information is true. And that results in a big problem, not only of transparency, but also a big problem of a great threat to the national security of Mexico, because it means that any political campaign can be financed by organized crime. Any political campaign can be organized, or well, not organized, more likely financed by a foreign country. Any political candidate can receive money, black money, from foreign businessmen, injected directly into the campaigns legally, and make it legal what should be illegal. So as we see here, let's just show you. This is an audit report from the Revenue Office of the city of León, or Lion, Guanajuato. This is the audit report CM-AUD01-11. Well, I just wanted to just make this brief presentation in order to expose this tax evasion mechanism and this really big threat to the democracy of Mexico. Not to mention that the fact that the entertainment industry controls most of the entertainment industry is mostly controlled by political parties. It means that most artists are controlled and can't really express themselves against political parties and their leaders. It also means that some artists may be rewarded by being part of this tax evasion mechanism. So in this report, we have a series of artists. Let me see, I think here we are. Some of the biggest artists in Mexico didn't pay taxes. Here we are, for example, Juan Gabriel, who's already passed away. Jenny Rivera, who's passed away. And other artists like Tigres del Norte. Which are reported to have meted taxes by this report. In the case of, for example, Tigres del Norte, they omitted 500,000 pesos, etc. Well, that's all for today, and just wanted to make that brief presentation of the big problem that the entertainment industry is not considered a a activity vulnerable to money, susceptible to money laundering in Mexico.